I exit out of the window, noticing there aren't any guards around. I turn into a wyvern and fly back towards the kingdom of what's it called again? Orlania. Orlania. Gertrude and Sir Kids to warn them of what's going on here. Before flying off, I remember the note I found in Olive's room and decide that might be the best clue to what's going on here. I do not agree with you, Ghost Saber. I think Olive did fight with the whole world. Like, Olive was a great girl who was cursed by who knows what. No, I don't want to dive towards a window! Oh, you hear high pitch scream coming from the castle. You can circle around to see that there's no obvious... There are... If to see it, then if to dive towards a window. Oh well, let's see which heroic things we're now going to do again. I just wanted to leave this weird-ass place. There are no guards around. You see a group of a dozen men armed with swords screaming and running from the castle. You slip into the window and find yourself in a large library. Oh well. I turn back into an elf, fully clothed in my armor with daggers wrapped onto me and a bow on my back. Like, I am going full in here. Like, no one is stopping me. I'm in full armor. Daggers are strapped onto me, like on my hips, on my top of my legs, on my back. I don't know. You're now completely I'm not completely unarmed. You quickly close and the men running in the same direction as the screaming sound. You run into the opposite direction. I just said I had daggers. I just said I had daggers. Realizing I am not completely unarmed, but have a nice arsenal of knives and other sharp items on me. I search around in the library. Dr. Frostpunk, tabard, gambeson, plate mail, scale mail, chainmail, arming sword, kite shield, and a full chamberlain. Chamber? You begin to search drawers and shelves in the library looking for anything that might help. You find a silver candlestick. You gain 1 point. Let's search a bit more. I don't think a silver candlestick is gonna be all. I don't think it's gonna be all. Find nothing but scrolls and books. You curse your luck and you're about to leave and you notice a hidden ledge in the floor. Push it open and secret compartment is filled with a beautiful sword inside. I take the sword with me. No, let's not take... I have a look at the sword. Whether or not there any engraving I recognize. Engravings like this. You pick up the sword and look at it. You notice an engraving on the iron bottom of the blade. I use a small spell to find out the importance and meaning of the engraving. Like a druid, we know small spells, like stuff like reading all the languages, reading engravings. That's no problem for us. We're a smart druid elf. Alright, so what does it mean? You hear a voice in your head. I belong to the king of the land of Durk. You drop the shot in shock. I think back about what I know about the land of Durk. What do I know about that land? Like, I don't know. Wasn't this supposed to be light fantasy? This realm? We did run quickly south, I have to say. Durk is a land farthest south and east of Orlania, and Kuzos equals it of small kingdom and city-states constantly at war with one another. If a psychic experience, you gain 3 points. Well, thank you, I suppose. Let's think a little bit more about land of Durk. About 50 years ago, Durk invaded the kingdom of Orlania with their powerful magic and gunpowder weapons. The people of Orlania were pushed back further and further every day. The humans, elves, and other civilized races band together to fight off the hordes of the Durk. At last, the kingdom of Orlania was no more. The people that weren't killed were enslaved. Wait a second, I just came from the kingdom of Orlania. Let's continue thinking. Southernmost portion of Orlania was annexed by the Empire of Kuzos. But where did I came from then? Where did I came from? Decide to leave the sword alone and find the next trap. I don't understand it anymore. Where did I came from if the kingdom of Orlania was no more? Was my whole life a lie? I just have been. You decide to leave the sword alone and find the next trap. I dismantle the trap and check what it was protecting. Just have a look at whatever it was protected. I mean, it must protect something. Next room is a small empty room. There's a wooden beam that runs from left over the doorway onto the floor on the other side. I should have left the sword alone. We should lose 1 point. Sure, Krampus, sure. I follow the wooden beam. Let's just follow the wooden beam. I don't know anymore. You enter the next room. There are 2 medium-sized figurines wearing hoods kneeling on both sides of the doorway. They're armed with long swords. I quickly turn back into the library and jump out of the window while turning into a wyvern to go back to Orlania. Like, we have to go back. This kingdom is nuts. Absolutely nuts. And the AI is doing great. Thank you. Knights attempt to stop you, but you easily fend off the attacks of the slow humans. After killing the knight, you proceed to fly over to Antania. Upon arriving... Oh, this is probably story, isn't it? Story. Upon arriving in at the castle of Orlania, I look around. Let's ask around. I think that's better. Around for Gertrude and the kids. Yeah, let's ask around a little bit, I suppose. One of his messengers, I eventually find them receiving orders from the king himself. I relay everything that happened from the moment we left the castle in Orlania. All the way into... all the way up to finding the sword of Durk. And Gertrude writes everything down in letters. So Kit prepares his horse and armor and gets ready to get to the kingdom of Kuzos. Make sure you don't open the door for anyone. Let's... I look at the King of Orlania and ask him what we do next. I mean, stuff is going downhill fast, and I have to do something. Like, I can just sit here and like, do nothing. Durk sword sits at the throne and moving the tomb. No, the room. No, no. Just like, no. I remember about. I remember the note. And give it to the King of Orlania. Like, what's happening here? The king reads note and immediately sends an army of his town to drive to Kuzos, an army you are placed in charge of. As I travel with my army to the small town that is mentioned in the note, I think of Olive. Is she still alive? Typical dude 78. Fun fact, even with save mode on the AI can get sexual. Oh, really? Really? Almost immediately after you think this army comes across a small town of Xaxas. Did the note mention anything about... let me see, where's the note? The king of... And... Alright, let's put this in my... Oh, I don't... I think I'll know. This is not important, really. Like, I mainly need to remember whose name is in here. The King of Yalan has been experimenting on summoning creatures through the use of magic. They've summoned a powerful evil creature that is terrorizing the countryside. Really? No wonder. No wonder. Let's leave the army at the side of town. At the edge of town. And I walk towards the local inn. Let's go to the local inn. I mean, if there's a rumor anywhere, then... Like... We might get to know more about Olive. Then it's filled with strange creatures. Some humans are not, some human, some not, some familiar, some not. They're all talking to each other and drinking from mugs and glasses. Let's look around a bit more. A few look at you intimidating, but most ignore you. You are led to the bar by a tall red man that has a goat, like horns coming out of his head, has several tattoos on his face. Thank you for helping me out. Who are you? Just getting to know the local folk might be the best idea. I mean, I am in a third kingdom in this whole story, and I have absolutely no idea what's going on. I'm Craxil, but you are on your face around here. How come I haven't seen you around? I'm just traveling through Leslie Town's Elder. Let's continue. I have important information for him. The Elder usually stays in his office, down the hall and to the right. Thank you. Hopefully I see you around. Alright, let's go to the town Zelda. Perhaps my new friend. You enter the hall and head to the right. You find a large wooden door with a sign at the Redstone Elder. Soon, Olive, I will see you soon. I knock on the door. And wait. An answer. Again, I'm not going to barge in this Town Elder office. I mean, what if he's on the phone? Well, not. I suppose he's not on the phone. Maybe he's on a crystal ball conversation. Who knows? A crystal ball conversation. Knock on the door and the old man answers. You met Olive, you gain 1 point. I think I met Olive quite a while ago, but thank you, Centibot.